Hi guys, welcome back to At Home with Holly. My name's Holly and I'm so glad that you guys are here. Today we are going to be doing a little bit of fridge clean out and turning them into delicious things. So I have some produce that has been in my fridge for way too long that we harvested from the garden, and I don't want it to go to waste. So we are going to be taking all of our jalapenos and we are going to be making cowboy candy. I'm excited about that. And we're also going to be making some carrot cake muffins, like mini loaves, basically carrot cake mini loaves. Olivia, in her school lunches, I bake them mini loaves of zucchini or banana bread, cut them in half, and they fit perfectly inside one of the little compartments in her bento box. So I like to have things like that on hand, and also I like to eat them for breakfast too. So I'm gonna make a batch of those because we have some homegrown carrots to use up. And we have some apples from an Azure Standard order, so perfect timing. We're gonna get all of that going and we'll just see where the day takes us. I've got a couple other veggies in there that I might need to blanch or vacuum pack or something like that, but we'll just take a look at what's going on in the fridge and get it going. So the first thing we're gonna do is sort through the peppers. Some of them are getting like a little soft and I wanna just go ahead and throw those to the chickens, but the rest of them that are still in good shape, I'm gonna dice up and weigh to see how much we have, so that I can know if I need to cut the recipe in half or use the full recipe. So let's get started. So we really had an abundant year for peppers this year, and I have a ton of them chopped up and diced up in the freezer of spicy peppers and bell peppers. But this last 2 bags worth in my fridge, they definitely were in there way too long, and at least half of them ended up going to the chickens. So I'm really bummed about that, but they will get turned into eggs, so it's okay. But so I do end up doing about half spicy peppers and half diced bell peppers to make this more of a mild candy. So it's still going to be good though, so I'm excited about it. So I'm actually using the recipe from Jess from rootsandrefuge.com, Roots and Refuge, her YouTube channel, and she recommended using turbinado sugar because it gives more like a deep caramel flavor. So I'm using that and some salt and some turmeric and some garlic powder in the brine. So it's a sweet and savory type brine. So I'm excited about that. So I'm getting the brine started on the stove and then we will add our peppers. Okay, it's a little loud in here because I've got the fan on because cooking with vinegar gets a little bit fumy in here. But I've got my 2 pounds of peppers. I did a mix of all of them, of jalapeno, serranos, and some diced bell peppers to cut the heat so it's like half as spicy. We don't love a lot of spice in this house and I want to give it as gifts. So I want to make sure that it's not too spicy for anyone. So I'm going to get this to our brine, which the sugar is dissolved in there. Let that cook down. All right, you guys, so this has been cooking down for 15 minutes. It's cooked down by a lot. I've got our canner warming up, but you can see this is cooked down quite a bit. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in 4-ounce jars. I'm gonna get slotted situation here. I'm gonna get it in just as the peppers, and then I'll top it off with the brine after. So I'm excited this year to be able to add this to what I normally give as gifts, which are a lot of the homemade stuff that came from my garden. So having this cowboy candy is going to be a really nice addition. So what I'm doing now is I'm topping off all of the jars with the brine, and then I'm going to go ahead and clean the rims, get on the clean new lids and then bands, and get them in the water bath canner. And these will process for 15 minutes in the water bath canner. Okay, timer went off. It's been canning for 15 minutes in the water bath canner. So, and any pot can be a water bath canner as long as you put a towel or a rack or something at the bottom of it. So I've got $12 jars of the cowboy candy and 1 jar of just the brine. So I'll get these guys out, let them sit and cool, and we will get started on the carrot cake muffins, or mini loaves. They are, yeah. Ooh, this guy's stuck. And he's hot. How did I get him stuck? Got him. Okay, we'll get the rest of these guys out and then we'll get our mini loaves baking. Okay, friends, so it is carrot cake muffin time. I'm not gonna make carrot cake muffins, I'm gonna make the mini loaves, but I might have some leftover batter. Basically, the ingredients are, your basic dry ingredients: flour, baking powder, sugar, spices, some eggs, and then it's going to be shredded carrot and shredded apple. And I have just a little bit of carrot left in my fridge. So what I'm gonna do is cut the tops and the squiggly parts, the roots off, and run it through the food processor shredder. The recipe for one batch calls for 2 cups of carrot. So I'm gonna see how much carrot we have and then adjust and make recipe based on what we have. So I'm gonna get my oven preheated to 375 and get these shredded. I'm also going to peel the apples and shred them as well. So let's get going. So you absolutely don't need a food processor to make this recipe, but since the only carrots that I had left were the teeny tiny ones, I did not want to use a hand grater because that was going to get a little trickier. So I just went ahead and zipped everything through the food processor, which made it easy, cleaned up the workspace, and then got everything ready to mix together the rest of the ingredients. Okay, my oven is preheated. I'm gonna put the dry in here, wet over here. So I went ahead and whenever I am doubling or 1.5-ing and I'll link this recipe down below, but whenever I'm like multiplying the recipe, I always find it helps to like write the actual doubled or tripled or whatever measurements on the side. Otherwise, you end up messing up one of the ingredients somewhere along the line. So let's get started with our dry ingredients. So we are going to do, I can't find my 1 cup. I think it's in the dishwasher. So we're going to do just AP flour and we're going to do 3 cups. So this is a 1/2 cup. So I need 6 of them. All right, 6 cups of flour. Now we need 3 teaspoons baking powder. It says 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Well, actually, for a triple, just 3 teaspoons. I don't know that that's going to be enough. We'll do 3 heaping. And it's a good thing that my Azure standard order is coming in 2 days. Because now I'm out of cinnamon. Oh my goodness, I need to refill this when that comes in. Okay, then it doesn't call for nutmeg, but I feel like just a little bit of nutmeg kind of goes with cinnamon. Okay, and let me see. It says 3/4 teaspoon of salt. Now this recipe does call for raisins. I'm gonna leave those out. I like raisins, I don't have any, so I'm gonna leave those out. I have cranberries, I could put those in here, but I'm just gonna leave them out and kind of go with what I got. Okay, then we also need, let's see, okay. So this is all for these. It doesn't say to sift it, but I tend to just do this every time. Okay, so we've got these mixed together. Let me get a whisk. I think my whisk is in the dishwasher too, but that's okay. This will work. I love this. Nice Danish whisk. Okay, so we've got those mixed together. Then in a separate bowl, we're gonna do sugar, oil, and eggs. So I'm gonna do, recipe calls for 1.5 cups of sugar. I'm gonna do 3/4 cups of white, 3/4 cups of brown. It calls for just white sugar. If you didn't have brown sugar, you didn't want to, that's fine. I just kind of like the flavor of brown sugar in baked goods. So do 3/4 cup of each. And I buy, excuse me, sorry, I'm getting over strep from a couple weeks ago, last week actually. So I buy all of my sugar, flour, bulk goods and stuff like that, and spices and stuff, and a couple other things from Azure Standard. It's like a bulk buying for organic, non-GMO food. So if you're interested, I can leave a link down below with more information about that. But so we have got our sugar. We need 1.5 cups of oil. It says vegetable oil. I'm going to use avocado oil. So 1.5 cups of 3 of these. I have to label my avocado oil because in these, what are these? Are these decanters? I'm not sure, but I have to label plain and garlic because I take my garlic that we grew and I make garlic avocado oil as well. And it only takes one time putting garlic oil in brownies. You start labeling. The garlic oil is awesome, but not in baked goods. So, 2. Could have used the jug from the pantry too, but that's okay. I get that from Azure Standard as well. Okay, we've got our avocado oil in there. And then the next thing we need is 3, it says 3 eggs. My eggs are kind of small and I'm 1.5ing the recipe, so I'm gonna do 5 eggs. Actually, my eggs are not small, but I have some young chickens that are starting to lay, so I'm gonna use a couple of their eggs too. I'm gonna see if Olivia wants to crack these eggs because she really likes to do that, so hold please. Okay, crack them one at a time into here and then pour them into here.
What?
Good job. There you go. Crack them into here. Open it up. Oh. There you go. Sorry, I didn't say that right. You can just crack them one at a time. Just make sure you don't get in the shell. Put the shell down here. And then one at a time, put them in here. That way we keep all the shell out of the bowl. That was a nice one.
Don't mix it yet.
I won't mix it. Don't crush them yet. You're gonna get little pieces of eggshell on you. Just go ahead and.
That was a good crack.
Yeah, it was a really good crack. Nice.
Yeah, I like the fine feeling.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good crack too.
Yeah, it was.
That ate 2 cracks.
That's all right. Do you need to go rinse off your hands?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't mix.
I won't.
You can do the eggshells.
Okay. Okay, you can mix up that part.
Yay.
Drop the eggshell. And whisk it.
First is mashed.
Oh, okay.
This is hard.
Put a lot of sugar in the bottom. That's why.
I'm trying to reach the bottom.
You're doing great. Gotta keep whisking.
Why is there sugar in the spatula and it's not going to come out
It will.
eventually?
Yeah. Do you want me to help get it going?
No, I got this.
You got it? All right.
Oh, it's already getting going.
Yeah. See? You got it.
You know my trick, Mom?
What's your trick?
To always make sure it's the right consistency.
Mm-hmm.
That's my trick. I'm excited to try this.
Me too.
Have you ever tried it before?
Not this recipe, but I've tried other recipes. And I like it. It's looking good.
Trying to get all the sugar bits off the bottom.
Yeah, man. Looking good?
Now
Oh, yeah?
there's still some chunks.
All right.
Look at these chunkies of egg.
Keep whisking it.
What do we do after this?
I'm gonna put the wet into the dry, and then I'm gonna pour it in the pans.
Oh, it's ready.
Okay, sweet. Thank you for your help.
Okay. Can I help more?
Yeah. All right, we are going to take the wet. Oh wow, that's perfect. Nice job. I think. Yes. Smells good, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, make it bubbly.
Yeah. All right. Big scrapes down to the bottom because we don't want to overmix this.
Well, what happens if we overmix it?
The whole thing doesn't taste good. I don't know. It just gets a little more dry. We'll just do our best.
I barely even started mixing.
You're doing great.
Scraping the edges.
Here, can I scrape some too? Or you want to scrape until it gets too hard?
Scraping the edges.
Okay, you do that.
Like when it gets really wet. I'm gonna mix it a little now.
Okay.
Ugh.
Getting hard?
Yeah. I basically just started. Can you hold it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that helps.
Good.
I gotta scrape more on the bottom.
Looking good.
I'm holding on as tight as I can.
Can I do a bottom scrape?
Yeah. How do you scrape the bottom? Yeah, to the bottom is scraped. Look at all that extra stuff.
It was hiding, man.
I thought I mixed it all in already.
You did great. It was just hiding way at the bottom.
Isn't it hard?
Yeah, man. Although you did most of the hard work for me, so.
Can I mix it now?
Yeah. I'm gonna add in we're gonna fold this in. So give it one more really good mix, and then we're gonna fold these in.
I think it's good. Like you go like this, and then you put some, and then you go like that.
Well,
Put some, and then you like that.
I'm just gonna put it in and then stir it with this, just to kind of lightly mix it.
Mm.
You want to taste it and see?
It won't really come off.
Oh, it's extra thick. All right, here.
Yay.
That's just sugar and raw egg. So there's no cinnamon or anything in that.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, there is? Oh, yeah, I guess there is.
Oh, these are really carroty and appley.
It's just like the zucchini bread. They just
But you add more carrot and apple.
Nah, it's just that zucchini is like mostly water and carrots like mostly sweetness. Zucchini doesn't really have any flavor. Carrot has like sweetness. Good, right? Is there enough cinnamon?
I think a little more.
A little more cinnamon?
A little more.
We love cinnamon, don't we?
It's sugary enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you added a little over sugar.
No way. It's probably just right. Where did... Oh, you know what? I'm out of cinnamon. I can't. Oh, it's going to drip. It's going to drip. I'm out of cinnamon.
Oh, no.
I know.
You use cinnamon too much.
No such thing. All right. Thank you for your help, kiddo. I'm going to get this cleaned up and then put it in the little pans. Thanks.
Welcome.
Okay. I'm going to get these going. I might do some like this and some like muffins.
I think you should do some like muffins. But I also think the mini loaves would be good too. Don't we love that little mini loaf thing?
We do. Let's get these in the oven. There, it says to bake for 25 to 29 minutes. So I'm gonna check it at 20 and we'll just keep it going. Okay, I've got my water going. This was in my fridge. I love these grow bags, by the way. This is what the carrots were in. I just rinse them out and dry them over the sink. But these bags keep everything really fresh, but I don't have anything that I'm gonna be making with cauliflower. I'm gonna check the muffins in a minute. I don't have anything I'm gonna be making with cauliflower. So I want to get this blanched up, put into some vacuum packed bags and put in the freezer so that we can have delicious cauliflower later on. So, oops, on the floor, that's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna get this chopped up. First, I'm gonna check our muffins. Those need more time. I can already see that. So let's say, I'll check them in another 5 minutes. So all my knives are in the dishwasher, but we're gonna get this chopped up and then blanched. This was our fall harvest of cauliflower. It's a little small, but more than I would have had we had not planted anything. That's the kind of the thing about fall planting is you never know. Some years you're gonna get a ton. Some years it's gonna be small. Some years you're not gonna get anything, but you don't get anything if the seeds stay in the packet. So I'm glad that we planted it. I'm thankful for what we got. And this is gonna be a lovely vegetable for one of our dinners this winter. I'm gonna break this up and the chickens are going to love the stems. Okay, break this up. I like making roasted cauliflower, mashed cauliflower, all the things. Olivia prefers broccoli, but I think they both taste good. So I'm glad to have this. Okay, got that all chopped up, waiting for our water to boil, and then we will get this blanched, and I'll grab some vacuum bags, and I'll grab a bowl with cold water, ice water actually. Add this to the chicken bag. So between the cauliflower, peppers, and carrots, those were the last bits of homegrown produce that were in the bottom of my fridge. And I wanted to get that all taken care of because we are going to be, by the time this post will be back, but we're going to be out of town for the holidays, and I wanted to make sure that nothing went bad in the fridge. So everything that was in the fridge, they even got a piece of Libby's leftover pizza, but all the veggies, the eggshells, all the bits that we haven't eaten of all the vegetables and fruit and stuff for the last week is going to go to the chickens tomorrow. They're going to, or tonight, and they'll enjoy that. And then this is going to get blanched, put in a vacuum packed bag, and added to our freezer. Just another minute on that water. Okay, let's check. Okay, we're gonna get these in the boiling water while that last batch of muffins has one last minute. My spider is in the dishwasher, I think. Haven't run it yet, but it's okay. It just sifted some broth. It will be okay. All right, get this in here. All right, we'll let that cool for just a minute, get it dried off, and then we'll bag it up. And just like that. Look at all the yumminess. Cowboy candy and brine, carrot apple muffins and cauliflower all ready to go. Okay, my friend, we got everything out of the produce drawers in my fridge. So we have our Cowboy candy, we have our carrot apple muffins, we have our cauliflower blanched and ready to go into the deep freezer. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for choosing to spend today with me while we cleaned out all the produce and made it into yummy, yummy treats and gifts. I appreciate all the likes and the comments and the shares. Please consider subscribing if you haven't yet already. And I can't wait to see you guys next time. Bye, friends.